Funny.
Wow. Hey, how do you feel about still being called youth, even though like the majority of us already have like
Oh,
kiddos?
that's a great question because like
Yeah.
What
in
is
our
that?
30s, man.
frame
Yeah.
it though, frame it, Jay. Like why are we asking this question?
Well, because even then, come on, man, I'm pushing 50. So what? And I have kids, older kids. They're good enough to have their own kids almost. So I'm like, dude, and I remember just being in that like, oh look, it's the youth, the leaders of the youth. I was like, dude, no, the leaders of the youth are my children. You know, and it's I know it's a generational thing,
It's definitely a
but I
generational
just
thing.
think that it's just kind of funny because well, I mean, I'm looking closer to retirement than I am starting out now.
Yeah.
And I think that's just kind of like the funniest thing. Just
Yeah.
to continue to hear it that way. So I'm just wondering what you think about it.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I don't like being called ate when I go to the Filipino store or anything, but I think it's fun. I don't know. I'm also again like youngest kid, so like I enjoy like I want my parents, here for a very long time. For as long as I can make it, and like I don't know. I just there's something nostalgic about being called the youth that I just really love, and it makes me feel young. and but it is funny. Like it is super super
Oh yeah,
funny,
it
and
is
because
funny.
I'm pretty sure I'm yeah. Like I don't think Lonnie likes being called the youth. Hey man, that's why we have next generation, right? Igorot leadership, right? That's the
Yeah,
group.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting because that's just something. I think
It is
yeah, it's
nice to be
definitely
lumped with the super youngsters though, but still, like if we have,
when it comes to developing, becoming a leader, it's hard when you're like in your 30s and 40s and they're still calling you youth.
Yeah.
But that's definitely a generational thing, but I think it's funny that you brought that up just because it is an issue, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah,
Because then what do you call the children? Children.
yeah, yeah,
the
and the
super youth.
and the fact that like our parents were like around our age when they were starting up these bebop organizations,
Yeah.
Right.
and they
Yeah.
weren't considered youth. So it's
When do you think they're gonna stop calling us youth?
I don't think ever.
Never.
Yeah, never.
Never. Even if we have gray hair. Look at Tim Botengan, man. Look at that dude. I mean,
Jay's beard.
Oh, yeah,
I think
look at
Mark
this.
has more gray.
Yeah,
Mark
I have
has
more.
more gray.
Mark.
Since the
Mark.
lockdown, I've gotten
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
grade. This man,
Look
this
at
is
that.
crazy.
Youth.
Yes,
Youth,
I'm a youth still. It's so funny, man. It is what it is, though. I think that like I mean we made our case for it, like in the IIC, and I think almost every group kind of does in a way. But I thought we made our case for it quite well. But I think our aunties and uncles are still just gonna call us youth regardless.
Yeah.
And what they really mean, if you translate it, is they probably mean second generation. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That's what they really mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of just desensitized to it now, and it's just I guess that's a bad thing, but yeah, I'm just used to it. It's just automatic. I'm just like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, unlike you guys, I don't have any kids, so there hasn't really been a change. You know what I mean? From my youth to now.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
I'm
whatever.
in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird because even when I started having kids, it was like, really? Come on, man. I mean, we already got a bunch of these little kiddos.
Yeah, I know.
But I do like the way you looked at it because it does place us where hey, we could still be very youthful in our approach to with our older generation, but also in a way honor that, because I think that in a very healthy way, in a very well-meaning way, there's this connection that there's it's almost like a term of endearment.
Yeah,
I think. And I think that's a really good way to look at it.
Especially if
and
you grew up in that community, you know? Yeah.
Mhm.
And speaking
Um,
on the whole generational thing, there is a difference between like their generation and our generation. So it like the term of youth gives that delineation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
like, we have a different perspective. So they do. So do they. So that's an interesting way of thinking about it too. I didn't actually think about it until now.
Yeah. So we just need to redefine what youth means because it's not.
Yeah, for ourselves.
yeah,
Ourselves
yeah.
and within our community, our context, and within our community, because I mean, like